How's it going, everybody? This is Travis Platt Reviews, and today we have another episode of Filmmaker Reacts, where, if you didn't know, I'm an independent filmmaker, primarily specializing in producing and editing, and my goal with this series is to analyze music videos from popular bands in the scene, primarily rock and metal. I just recently started this series with my music video analysis of Dance Gavin Dance's song Prisoner, and I'm very appreciative of how that video is doing right now. So you know what they say, if you keep watching them, I'm gonna keep making them. So if there's any specific music videos you'd like me to analyze, go ahead and comment those below. Also, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for watching. I do reviews, lo-fi edits, topic videos, reactions, and more. So if you like what you hear, please consider subscribing, turning on those notifications, and giving this video a like if you enjoyed. Also, my main rule for these reactions is to not really talk about the song itself, but because I've never had the opportunity to talk about Bring Me the Horizon on this channel, I'm going to be breaking that rule. Personally, I wasn't a very big fan of their album Amo, or their EP Music to Listen To, but Sempiternal and There Is a Hell are albums that I very much enjoy. But I also really like their new song Ludens. So with the direction that they're going in, it seems very positive for a fan like me. And with Ludens, it had this very nice mix of post-hardcore and alternative rock, two genres that were very much missing on their two releases. So I really hope that for the foreseeable future they keep showing the sound. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the analysis. Alright, so we're barely 10 seconds in and there's a lot to take in right now. We hear a chant going on in the background, which is from a song that I don't think I'm very familiar with, so if you know what that is, go ahead and comment it below. And we also get an animation of a hand that seems to be dissolving, and also something that's green popping up on the screen for not even a second. And my first guess of what this might be is something to do with COVID-19, the pandemic that's currently facing our nation and our world right now. Is this maybe going to be a social commentary about the virus? We'll have to wait and see. But also we see a flash that is of an alien being, which I'm gonna guess may be our protagonist in the story. Alright, so the animation done here is very visually stunning. And this, once again, furthers my curiosity about this really being a social commentary on COVID-19, as these green virus parasites are latching onto the being that's in the video itself.
I got a fever, don't breathe on me. I'm a believer in nobody won't let me leave cause I've seen something. Hope I don't sneeze, I don't. Really, we just need to feel something. Only pretending to feel something. I know you're dying to run. I wanna turn you around.
I really like the color switching around Ollie Sykes here, and also the black background, which really represents this empty void that these people are in. One thing that I noticed right off the bat when it comes to editing is you can tell there's an overlay on top of Ollie, and it has a blur effect applied to it, which creates this uneasy kind of weird feeling that I think the music video is going for. One example of what this would look like is what we're doing right now. It's especially around Ollie's nose here, and also around Ollie's hands. And once again, it continues to add to that weird, kind of uneasy feeling that I feel like this music video is taking us into. Some really cool visual effects makeup added here, once again adding to this otherworldly, kind of monstrous feel that they're going for.
Please remain calm. The end has arrived. We cannot save you. Enjoy the ride. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Don't call it a warning.
Okay, that was a little out of nowhere, but I really like it. You can tell from the song and the video itself that something is really building up, hopefully to some form of anthemic chorus. Also, this cult-like behavior, these visuals are something that was shown in Amo with the music video for Mantra. And it really continues to create this uneasy feeling that it's hopefully going to erupt soon. And even in this part of the song itself, it's very jarring, which some people really like, some people don't. I think I'm a fan of it right now, but we'll see as we go. Also, using the text to put emphasis on certain words like enjoy the ride is something that's very, very effective with getting stuck into the listener's head. Because these are the things that you want as a filmmaker to put into the mind of the viewer, and you want them to remember that. So, putting the text up is a very simple yet effective way to do so. Also, looking at how these metallic beings are organized are in a square, and using visual grammar, squares and rectangles usually mean something orderly or controlling, which is something like a cult would be. So it's very, very clever visual storytelling.
This is a war.
There's the chorus, yeah.
When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will.
Alright, so there is a lot to dive into with this chorus. The first thing is I really, really like how the video speeds up and goes back to normal speed on certain subjects, which is primarily Ollie in this case. This adding with the blurred overlay is something that's very, very effective, adding to, like I said, that very otherworldly feeling in the music video. And one thing that I really, really liked was the contrast between the, switching of colors and also the black and white from that extreme close-up of that one being. And it's a great use of contrast here. I also really like how this video, as a whole so far, is really throwing you all over the place, and it's something that's in 5 minutes. That's very, very important. And that's really what the song's purpose is anyway. Going from a chant to a cult leader speaking, demanding orders, to an anthemic chorus. This song is throwing you everywhere, and it makes sense that the music video is doing that as well.
Secrets in that black hole you call a brain before it's too late. Really, we just want to scream so.
Another thing I noticed in this stretch is the inclusion of the visual effects makeup looking sort of like a mask, the inclusion of that syringe and also the gas masks, really subtle uses and references to quarantine. And through my research of this song, it wasn't technically written during quarantine. It was more reference to a Japanese survival horror game. But there has to be some kind of timing that was just perfect for them to release this during the tail end of quarantine. Especially with the feeling of fear that us possibly going back into yellow or going back into red and being locked up again. Just very, very clever marketing. And that's something the band does so well.
Only pretend to believe something. I know you're baying for blood. I wanna turn you around.
Once again, that quarantine imagery right there. Well, I really like this overlay so far. Ooh, I really love that extreme close-up of Ollie's eye. I'm generally a huge fan of extreme close-ups. I do them a lot in my own films. And one thing that you can show very well with extreme close-ups, especially of the face of the actor, is the expression. And it's specifically in that area between the nose and the eye. Just that is where a lot of hidden secret meaning and expression comes from. So having the choice to include that in this music video in a world that's meant to make you feel weird is very, very clever and very, very effective. Okay, that contrast again works so well.
When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will. It's a Parasite Eve.
Ooh, what is that character? Is that like a spawn of the needle that was shown earlier? Maybe? Or maybe is it even the representation of the superhero-like abilities that our medical workers have here in the States? Or maybe it's even the rush of citizens and how quickly and impatient they are about finding a cure for COVID-19 when it takes so much time and so much research. And people just want these medical workers to have so many arms. Lyrically, it seems like this track talks a lot about the end times and how they're unavoidable. And like I mentioned, this song wasn't done during COVID, but maybe they could have added some tweaks in post to maybe give it that COVID feeling that we're really going for. But either way, still, the timing is so well with when they release this.
When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will.
Okay, here we go.
You can board up your windows, you can lock up your doors, yeah. But you can't keep washing your hands of this shit anymore. With all the key stops in it.
Oh, that lyric about boarding up your windows and washing your hands fits so perfectly in this time. Also, in terms of the song, I really like this build-up that's happening, getting us ready for some kind of breakdown or release. And the music video is doing a great job at having a lot of empty space, getting us ready for this release that's going to happen.
All the king's friends don't know their options from that BMTH. When life is a prison and death is a door, they say you want it. This is a
There we go. I love those quick cuts there. And we really got a feeling of everything imploding within the mind of Ollie or in this other world. I just really love how quickly it cuts everywhere, and you really get a flash of everything that we've seen up until this point at the same time. And that's what makes this breakdown even more satisfying as a music video that paces itself with the song itself. And once again, we get these gorgeous animations of this post-apocalyptic, otherworldly feeling, and I honestly can't really tell you what they are, because Bring Me the Horizon, they very much put things in parts, and hopefully with more music videos and more releases, we kind of get a feeling of what's in the mind of Ollie Sykes.
It's a Parasite Eve. Gotta feel it in your stomach cause you know that it's coming for you. Leave your silence and grieve. Don't forget what they told you. When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson?
I feel like we're getting even more blur here on the image, and it makes it feel less and less realistic and more like this nightmare that we're living in. And using these small visual details is very clever.
If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will.
I honestly have no clue what that other being is. It's likely another alien or otherworldly being that's being shown here. And hopefully with more details and more releases we can kind of understand the backstory of this music video and what is truly going on. This band doesn't do anything by accident, and everything here has a certain purpose, even if it hasn't been served just yet. And that's something that's genius on the band's part. Whatever that goat being is, maybe they control humanity or strip us down to our skeletons or something along those lines. But with future releases we will hopefully get to see more from that. And that's Parasite Eve. Throughout the song and the music video, we get an otherworldly and eerie approach at what modern day life really is, being visualized with a lot of flashing video at varying colors and varying speeds. And this throws you everywhere in the 5-minute runtime, This video and this song was the brainchild of vocalist Ollie Sykes, as he was the primary songwriter. He directed and edited the music video, so getting to see his vision come to life is very special. Throughout my research, Bringing the Horizon is looking to release several albums and EPs titled Post-Human, kind of telling the story, and Ludens and Parasite Eve are only parts of the first release. And this overarching story is something that will be explained more and more through the music videos and through the visualizers to come. And it's gonna almost feel like a movie by the time we're done. So that's all I have. Once again, like the video if you enjoyed it, comment if you have any videos you'd want me to analyze, and please consider subscribing and turning on those notifications. Thanks for watching.